we will start with section 7.2. Now this section talks about equations of lines and linear models. Now, to understand the equations of lines, we will look at three different forms of equations of lines, and the first one we want to talk about is what we call as the slope-intercept form. That's the first form of an equation of line we want to look at. Now, for this slope-intercept form, these are some of the things that we need to use to come up with it. We need the slope of a line, slope m. We need the y-intercept, and we're calling the y-intercept 0 and some real number b, and we're going to need another point x, y. Now, we will start out by using our slope formula. Now, if you remember, our slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we will go ahead and use these 2 points as our 2 points on the line and come up with our slope formula. So you have y minus b, that's your y2 minus y1, over x minus 0, which will of course give you y minus b over x. Now, the next thing that I will do is take this m equals y minus b over x and to the other side. So to do that, I multiply my x on both sides and get rid of it from the denominator, and that will give me mx equals y minus b, and then I want to get y by itself, so I will move the b over to the other side, and that will give me mx plus b equals y, or you can write it in the other way, y equals mx plus b, and this form right here is what we call as your slope-intercept form. And the reason it gets its name is because you have the slope m and you have the y-intercept b, and that's what gets the name the slope-intercept form. So you can see all you needed were 2 points, one of them being the y-intercept and a slope, to come up with this form. Now, let's look at an example here. And in this case, we are going to use the slope of a line and the y-intercept to graph it. So we want to try and graph a line using its slope and y-intercept. Now, you can see that this equation is given to us in the slope-intercept form, where you can identify your slope as the coefficient on x, which is 2, and your y-intercept is always this constant term right over here, so that's a negative 3. That tells me my y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 3. Now, using this information, we can go ahead and graph this line. Now remember, your slope, you can think of it as 2 over 1. And remember, we talked about this where 2 is the rise and 1 is the run. Keeping that in mind, let's try and graph this. So we need our coordinate system. Okay, let's see, we need 1, 2, 3. Alright, so you always start with the y-intercept as your starting point. So you have 0, negative 3, which will be a point right here. Okay, and then you will use your slope to plot 2 more points. Now your slope is 2 over 1, so that is go up 2, go over 1. That's my second point. And we'll do it once more. So go up 2 units, go over 1 unit, and that's your third point. It's just always better to have 3 points so you know that your line is going to be a perfectly straight line. And go ahead and join those 3 points, and it should look like a fairly straight line. And this will be your line y equals 2x minus 3. And that's all you really have to do here is use this y-intercept as your starting point, use the slope, and graph the line.